So yesterday I hosted an insight session with a lawyer from an established law firm, and we spoke about EB1A and O1 RFEs. Here are a couple of insights from that session. And for those of you who don't know me, my name is Jason, and I work with several top immigration lawyers, which is where my EB1A and O1 profile building insights come from. I also run a paid newsletter for $12 per month, through which you can get access to my newsletter resources, which includes a profile building opportunities database that lists over 400 opportunities categorized by field and criteria. You will also get access to my private group, where members have been able to find co-authors for papers and articles, have been able to find opportunities shared by other members, and have also been able to find collaborators in general for profile building. If you're interested in these resources, check out the link in the comments. But going back to the video, here are some insights from the session. The first insight is that quality is going to matter more than ever. And the reason for that is because of recent developments. A lot of people are now interested in EB1A and O1 and kind of speeding up the profile building process and getting to a point where they're ready to file as soon as possible. Now, with that influx of applications is probably going to come a heightened standard of scrutiny, and that's why quality is going to matter far more than quantity, and it always has been the case, but this is going to be a lot more important than it was before. Not saying it wasn't important before, it was very important to understand that quality matters far more than quantity, but this is going to matter a lot for future EB1A and O1 cases. The second insight is you want to be presenting evidence that makes sense for your entire field. That's because final merits is probably going to be a core focus of a lot of applications moving forward. And the reason for that is because usually cases are just questioned not on the criteria, but on final merits. It's where you are questioned on whether you've actually shown that you have risen to the top of your field. And because of recent developments, there is going to be an influx of applications, most likely from people interested in EB1A and O1, and that is why there is going to be more of a focus on final merits, which is why you want to make sure you're actually including evidence that makes sense for your field and is not just evidence that looks kind of manufactured and doesn't really make sense within the context of your field and looks like it was just kind of like put together for profile building. The third thing is that there's going to be more of a focus on industry-related activities for industry professionals, and it's because there has been this wave of applications from industry professionals that focus on research recognition and not industry recognition. Now, for final merits, that obviously does not make sense because you haven't really presented a strong argument for how you've risen to the top of your field within your industry, because you haven't really shown examples of industry recognition within your industry. So that is something that's going to be more of a focus. On final merits, that actually makes sense. On an argument that shows industry recognition and not just research recognition, and this definitely will apply to more industry professionals, especially as more of them apply for EB1A and O1. So these are just 3 insights from the session, and you can find a link to the recording in the comments.